I don't usually upload 2 videos in a single day, but we have some breaking news in the allegations made by Archbishop Vigano. The Archdiocese of Washington, D.C. has confirmed that now Cardinal Donald Wuerl received a formal complaint about McCarrick in 2004 as part of a case involving a now laicized priest's formal complaint against McCarrick and another non-clergy abuser. That case was settled financially. The laicized priest, Robert Chiolek, recently came forward to review his old file, which led to this being made public late last night. Catholic News Agency broke the story. To be clear, the Archdiocese has made it clear that an official complaint against McCarrick was made to Donald Wuerl in 2004 when Wuerl was the Bishop of Pittsburgh. This is confirmation of Archbishop Vigano's testimony that Wuerl and others knew about McCarrick and had lied about it. The 2004 complaint was received by Wuerl and forwarded to the Apostolic Nuncio, which would have presumably then been passed on to the Holy See. Breaking news. Wuerl knew McCarrick abuse allegations in 2004. From CNA. An allegation of misconduct against Archbishop Theodore McCarrick was reported to Cardinal Donald Wuerl in 2004. Despite Wuerl's insistence, he knew nothing about McCarrick's alleged sexual misconduct until 2018. Wuerl forwarded the report to the Apostolic Nuncio in Washington, D.C., the Diocese of Pittsburgh said Thursday. A spokesman for the Archdiocese of Washington confirmed to CNA that an allegation against McCarrick was presented to Wuerl while he served as Bishop of Pittsburgh, as part of a complaint made by laicized priest Robert Chiolek. In a statement, the Diocese of Pittsburgh said January 10th that laicized priest Robert Chiolek appeared in November 2004 before its diocesan review board to discuss an allegation of abuse Chiolek had made against a Pittsburgh priest. During that meeting, Mr. Chiolek also spoke of his abuse by then Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. This was the first time the Diocese of Pittsburgh learned of this allegation, the statement said. A few days later, then Bishop Donald Wuerl made a report of the allegation to the Apostolic Nuncio to the United States. The disclosure is the first confirmation by church authorities that Wuerl was aware of allegations against McCarrick before the Archdiocese of New York announced in June 2018 a credible allegation of sexual abuse of a minor made against McCarrick. The news raises questions about 2018 statements from Wuerl that denied he had even heard rumors about his predecessor as Archbishop of Washington. Ed McFadden, spokesman for the Archdiocese of Washington, told CNA that in 2004, Chiolek, quote, asked that his complaint against McCarrick be forwarded to the Apostolic Nuncio, and it was, end quote. Quoting again, Wuerl forwarded the file and his complaint to the Nunciature in 2004. At that time, Chiolek asked for complete confidentiality and that his name never be mentioned, end quote. The statement from the Diocese of Pittsburgh confirmed that Chiolek had originally insisted on confidentiality, but also they had recently authorized the diocese to speak about the matter. Quoting again, Mr. Chiolek asked that the allegation regarding then Cardinal McCarrick be shared only with ecclesiastical, that is, church authorities, end quote, the statement said. In November 2018, Mr. Chiolek authorized the Diocese of Pittsburgh to respond to press inquiries about the matter. As usual, you can read the rest of that for yourself. A link is on the source's blog linked below. At the time that the Archbishop of Washington, D.C. was made aware of these allegations, Cardinal McCarrick was the ordinary of that diocese. His staff informed the papal nuncio anyway, knowing full well that nothing would happen. The allegation was made to Wuerl in Pittsburgh and sent to McCarrick. To put it bluntly, the predators and their allies have been in positions of great enough power to bury inconvenient information. Need proof? The video I uploaded earlier today is about how members of the Rainbow Coalition have offices specially crafted for them. It has long been said that the mail received by the Holy Father gets filtered by those around him. And recall that Benedict XVI once was asked by a visitor why he didn't expel all the men living the Bay Area lifestyle from the Vatican, to which he responded that his authority ended at the door of his office. Think about the implications of that, and remember that the allegations made against McCarrick had been known in the Vatican by those in high office during the pontificates of John Paul II and Benedict XVI. John Paul II was almost crippled by old age and his various ailments, and would die the next year, and Benedict had made it sound like he was a prisoner of the office. I suppose we shall see. Perhaps I should look into that claim itself in the future. It's an important one to look into. Remember that the establishment Catholic media has gone to great lengths to undermine the Vigano testimony. They have cited inconsistencies and even outright claimed that he was lying. We now have confirmation that the core allegation, that McCarrick and his crimes were well known to the Vatican for many years and were quietly covered up, is in fact true. This, in addition to Cardinal Ouellette's response to Vigano that confirmed the core allegations made in Vigano's original testimony while masking that confirmation in the insult. And also recall that we know that Cardinal McCarrick is the kingpin of the Lavender Mafia and the link between the Lavender Mafia and the St. Gallen Mafia, and that they had chosen the present Holy Father as far back as 2005, if not earlier than that. This all comes in the wake of a RICO investigation that is certainly to be formally launched later this year. The criminal investigation of the Church will certainly target official records and communications between dioceses, and this may serve as evidence of an interstate cover-up, which will cause this phase of the 60-year crisis of modernism in the Church to take on a far scarier tone than ever before. To put it bluntly, if federal investigators see evidence like this of a systematic cover-up of McCarrick's crimes or the crimes of other sexual predators, the federal government will come down on the Church like the wrath of God. And let's make sure we're 100% clear on this. If the powers that be did this with McCarrick, they did it with others. McCarrick may have been the most powerful prelate in the U.S. after the passing of Cardinals Bernardin and Spellman, but that does not mean that McCarrick was the only case of a cover-up happening on a grand scale. It's time for Cardinal Wuerl, Pope Francis, and Tobin, and the rest to come clean. They knew. They all knew. But it's also time for those who attack Archbishop Vigano to renounce their error. It's also time for some of the more bizarre cheerleading that has been going on by the laity to end. They knew. They all knew, and it's going to get worse from here. Pray for the Church, because we haven't hit anywhere near rock bottom as of yet. If you like videos like this, like and share this video and subscribe and click the notification bell below. If you're interested in supporting my work, there are various options in the description below, along with links to my Twitter, the Sources blog, and the Return to Tradition Facebook page. Thanks for listening. I'm Anthony Stein. Ave Maria.